The truth about rice. Is it really bad for you? That's something I'm going to talk about today, so stick around. Hi, my name is Hachiaki Takamiya. I am the author of the Ikigai Diet and Ikigai Biohacking. It is August 8th. My new book, Live Wiser, Not Smarter, is available on Amazon as a print-on-demand paperback. It is available on Amazon.com, Amazon UK, Amazon Germany, Amazon France, Amazon Spain, Amazon Italy, Amazon Netherlands, Amazon Poland, Amazon Sweden, Amazon Canada, Amazon Australia, and Amazon Japan. It is also available on Kindle ebook. I put all the links in the description box. Please order the book today. Thank you. I am so happy to be able to publish the book on such a remarkable day. Today is the peak of the Lion's Gate portal, such a significant day. For the details about the Lion's Gate portal, please watch my other video. Don't miss the Lion's Gate portal on August 8th, how to harness this cosmic energy. Now, the portal is open until August 12th. So it's not too late to watch the video now. You can still harness this energy. Also, 88 means rice in Japan because the character rice is made up of two numbers, 8 and 8. Therefore, 88 represent rice in Japan. So today, I'd like to talk about rice. The truth about rice, is it really bad for you? This is partly because I received a question from one of the viewers. I really enjoy your channel and your biohacking suggestions. I have a question. How are Japanese able to eat so much rice and not have diabetes? As I understand, rice is highly glycemic. I would love to incorporate natto into my diet. Thank you again for all your great information. Thank you. You're welcome. So why Japanese don't have diabetes, even though we eat a lot of rice? That is the question. Well, actually, it isn't true that we don't have diabetes. More and more, many people are catching diabetes these days. In fact, if you look at this data from 2021, Japan has 10.2% of the people developing diabetes, which is lower than the United States, but it's almost the same as Germany and more than France and the UK. Therefore, it isn't correct to say that there are fewer people in Japan with diabetes than the people in the West. Although you need to take the age into consideration because Japan is aging nation. More people are getting older, and older you get, you have higher chances of developing diabetes. So it is possible that many people are old anyway. Anyway, it is true that the number of people with diabetes is increasing in Japan. So is it to do with rice? Is it to do with the fact that we eat a lot of rice? Well, let's see, because there are some other food that are highly glycemic, such as udon, which is made by refined wheat flour, and ramen. And we have many other foods like that, somen and chilled Chinese noodle, which are very common in summertime, and bread. Now, many people eat this type of bread, which are called kashipan, like a sweet bread or a sort of snack bread. Basically pastries. Those are sold a lot in bakeries. And because bread is not part of our diet, I think more people now eat this kind of bread than regular white bread. People probably eat white bread too, but I think a lot of people eat this kind of bread for breakfast, which is the worst way of eating bread, white bread with sugar. So I don't know if the rice is the only reason why the number of diabetic people is increasing. Now, to think about the effect of rice alone, we need to get back to the old research when people didn't have all other options. So, Dr. Shoji Kondo, whom I often talk about, he's the author of Long-Lived Villages and Short-Lived Villages in Japan. So, between 1935 and 1971, he spent 36 years traveling around Japan, visiting 990 towns and villages. And he discovered that there are long-lived villages and short-lived villages. And he compared the diet between the two. And one thing he discovered was that the people in short-lived villages ate a lot of rice, a lot of white rice. But they were eating a lot of rice. Some prefectures like Akita in the sort of Tohoku region, they were eating 7 bowls of rice with pickles, salty pickles. So they didn't have any other ingredient. For some reason, for certain region, they couldn't grow vegetable because the land was not suitable for vegetable growing or something. They're mainly growing rice. So they only had rice and, of course, some vegetables, but they usually ate in pickles. So to fill their stomach, to become full, they ate a lot of rice. But in order to help eat rice, they ate a lot of pickles too, salted pickles. So that means they have high salt intake, which is bad for you. So it's a kind of extreme case, really, because if you eat 7 bowls of rice and salted pickles and not many other vegetables or fish or other ingredients, it is very unbalanced diet. So how about the modern day Japan? Does rice affect diabetes? Now, let's go to this doctor, Zenji Makita, who is the author of the book called Ishaga Oshieru Shokuji Jutsu. It's a diet a doctor recommends. Now, he is he's a specialist in diabetes. He has seen over 20,000 patients with diabetes. And he thinks the problem is the sugar, not the carb itself. And he makes a scale of sugar-rich foods to avoid. The first group is soft drinks, such as Coke. Absorbing sugar in liquid state is the worst way, he says. And the second group is sweets, such as cakes and donuts. And the third group, fruits. Fruits are better than the first two groups, yet many of the fruits available today are engineered to have higher sugar content. Fruit juice is especially bad because it contains a lot more sugar than a fruit. And fourth, white rice, white bread, noodles made from white flour, such as pasta and ramen. So, before worrying about the carbs, you need to avoid things like soft drinks, sweets, and fruit. Also, there's another interesting fact. The amount of rice consumed per person in Japan has been decreasing annually since peaking at 118.3 kilograms in 1962, reaching 50.7 kilograms in 2022, about half the peak consumption. So the number of diabetic people is increasing, yet the amount of rice consumption is decreasing. So it doesn't make sense. If the rice was the cause of diabetes, how come people are not consuming more rice? Therefore, I wouldn't worry too much about rice. As long as you're eating just a bowl or two bowls of rice with, balanced diet, with other vegetable, miso soup, pickles, then you should be okay. In fact, this is a typical Japanese meal, modern Japanese meal. So we have fried chicken and things too. But still, it is in the form of ichiju sansai. You have some side dishes. This is vinegar, vegetables, some pickles, miso soup. So it's a pretty balanced diet. I don't think consuming white rice affect your health condition that much. Yet, I wouldn't call this an ideal diet. That's not something I recommend. And if you can, it is better to avoid eating white rice. Instead, you can eat brown rice. Yeah, brown rice is much better because it contains fiber. And fiber is good for gut microbiome. It becomes great feed for many of the good bacteria in the gut. And especially brown rice is known for becoming a good feed for butyrate-producing bacteria, which is the one that I've been talking about a lot, the longevity bacteria. So butyrate producing bacteria is in the spotlight in Japan at the moment because I talked about this Kyotango region, right? So Kyotango region in Kyoto Prefecture has 3 times as many centenarians as the national average. Because of it, it is in the spotlight now, and there is a study called Kyotango Longevity Cohort Research going on. And in the study, they discovered that the bacteria called butyrate-producing bacteria is abundant in the gut of the centenarians there. So since then, this bacteria is in the spotlight and it is called longevity bacteria. It is considered to be the key to longevity. For details, please read the book. I wrote all about that in the book. Or you can eat mugi meshi, which is rice with barley. In fact, Dr. Shoji Kondo's research, so people in long-lived villages were eating a lot of mugi meshi instead of just regular white rice. So you can always change to mugi meshi from white rice or koso genmai, fermented brown rice. That is even better. So this, typical Japanese meal is okay, but if you can change to this, the Ikigai diet, that is even better. Now, talking about the Ikigai diet, so in the new book, I have a chapter on diet, chapter 3. It is called The Ideal Diet to Increase Health Span. Now, I wrote Ikigai diet 4 years ago, and so this book contains a lot of newer information. It's up-to-date information, and including, protein, because now people are talking about you need to have a high protein intake. So how can you do that with the Ikigai diet plus other minerals and vitamins and bacteria? The beneficial bacteria in the gut plays a critical role in your health. Therefore, you cannot think about diet without thinking about the bacteria too. It's all in there in chapter 3. And the book contains not only about the diet, but ideal fasting, ideal exercise, the ideal heat and cold exposure, ideal sleep, and ideal brain optimization. In other words, the book is all about how to increase your health span, how to reduce your disease risk and injury risk. So if you are interested in increasing your health span, this is the book to read. Everything you need is written in the book, and you know exactly what to do, how to prevent injuries and how to prevent diseases. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is Hachiaki Takamiya, the author of the Ikigai Diet, Ikigai Biohacking, and Live Wiser, Not Smarter. If you like this video, please give me your thumb up and subscribe to my channel. And please leave your comment. What do you think of rice? Do you eat rice? And what kind of rice do you eat? Do you eat white rice, brown rice, and how much rice do you eat? Thank you. Well, I will see you in the next video. Live with your Ikigai!